Hey guys, good morning. So this time difference thing is throwing me off a little bit. Not really, but um, I'm kind of. This is going to be my Saturday, the 22nd morning / midday. Um, a couple times in this journey, I get severe migraines, and I got one last night, and they're kind of debilitating. I didn't sleep much at all last night, and then the migraine kicked in. So if I'm a little bit out of it, I apologize in advance for that. You can see by the skies behind me, the rain and the clouds are gone. It's pleasantly cool at the moment, but the temperatures are due to rise into what you would expect in New Mexico and Arizona, into the high 80s and 90s this week. So I'll certainly be plenty warm, not having to worry about that. Just a few things I want to touch on today, because there's not a lot to talk about since I kind of left you guys last night, although maybe there is. First, I want to update you on our high school football teams that we support. It was a tough week for the PTT high school football teams. We went 0-3. Triton in Bourbon, Indiana, they lost. They're now at 3-3, so still a good season for us. We're 3-3 for the year. Crestview, up out of Convoy, Ohio, lost for the first time, so they're no longer undefeated. They're 3-1, and I think they're 3-1. Yes. Oh no, maybe 4-1. They might be 4-1. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but they suffered their first loss of the year, which was a tough one. We're going to bounce back. And then Ontario in Ohio lost as well. They're now 3-2 for the year. They played one of the monster teams in their division. That are typically some of the best. And we tried our best out there. So we'll get it together, guys. Don't worry, hang in there, and we're having a good season. Don't forget to make your PTT football picks. I'm second place overall. Going to take over first place this week. So come and get me. If you have any questions about that, let me know. Kind of give you an update about today. Today I'm in a bit of a influx, as I kind of told you. I'm Outdoor Equipment Rentals in New York has sent me basically a transponder, which will give myself and my family some peace of mind while I'm out there in the desert these next 5 days, and then once I get through Albuquerque, the following maybe 8 or 10 days, I think are going to be pretty tough, desert-like. Don't know what the story is. The unknown is a little scary, but I'm going to find my way through it. And who knows? Sometimes out of the so far in this journey, when I thought I've had the least optimistic approach to a day, they turn out to be some of the best. So today, that package isn't arriving until here in Tucumcari on Monday. So I'm in flux right now because a couple people here in Albuquerque, not here, I'm still 180 miles from Albuquerque, so I shouldn't say right here, but they had said that they would like to get together with me. I spoke with Stephanie last night. She's got some things to do this morning, but essentially what I'm going to do is see if the campground where the package is being mailed, if Stephanie is willing to let me ship it to her address. If I can go to the campground today, basically give them some money, ask them to ship it when the time comes, and that would get me on the road today, tomorrow, and Monday. But I don't want to assume Stephanie will allow me to do that. I don't want to assume the campground would be willing to do that. So I'm in a little bit of a flux, so I don't want to start to get too far ahead until I figure out what's going on right here. So Stephanie told me she'd give me a call this afternoon. She had some things this morning, and we'll figure out what happens from there. In the meantime, though, there are some very positive things that are happening. Some of you I'm going to speak to more intimately about some of the things, but first of all, I want to say thank you. I got several people reaching out to me last night. I had left a voicemail last night knowing I was going to be through the desert and going to be having some tough moments. And I do find strength in what people tell me, but I also want to hear, the folks that aren't so on board with this, if that's the way they feel, so I can understand and get different perspectives. That's all I'm trying to do with myself and everybody else along the way. But I had some people share some really pretty powerful stuff to me. I'm a pretty emotional guy, so I'm not saying it takes a whole lot, but these folks kind of overwhelmed me with some of their words. Anna Lee, Jim, Scott, Richard Hodgins this morning, Richard Hodgson. I'm sure I'm overlooking a couple people, and if I am, I apologize. I'm doing what I do. I'm just talking from the heart and winging it. So anyway, thank you guys for that, because I will save those and relive them, take power and strength in the same way I take. You guys think this might be hokey, but even the ones I have in my bag, I still got the Buckeye from Tracy and Joe. I still got the bands from everybody that's given me bands, from Maria from day one. So I do find strength in that. However, today actually is a pretty important day for me, because what is happening, what kept me up a lot last night, when my mind starts going, I'm a horror show. There's a reason I didn't sleep until 3:30 this morning, and that was with the extra hour time difference. So in essence, I didn't fall asleep until 4:30 from the times when I was in. Anyway, earlier in the last couple of weeks, as I started to announce my finish date, I got a handful of emails or comments on Facebook from people that said, in a weird way, I'm going to be sorry to see this thing end. I really do enjoy traveling with Jim and finding out the stories and just watching his videos. That's the one thing I've found that's been pretty neat. I don't really know how I come across to you guys. I'm just trying to talk to you like you were sitting right next to me. But some people have said they really enjoy, my videos and listening to me and feel like and we really are a family. We really are. We got 2,000 followers, but and I know not all of them are totally embedded with this, but there's a great number of people that are actually family now. But I want you guys to understand, and please hear this from me real clearly right now. The Point the Thumb journey is just starting. The walk-in portion of it is going to be ending on October 26th. But I see what I'm doing out here. I'm seeing how it's impacting my children. I'm seeing how it's impacting people I've never met before. I'm making friends I've never met. I've got support. There's going to be a continuation of this in a couple of different fashions. So I want you guys to be alerted that some of you are going to be invited to come along for the ride. I'm going to share that with you guys later this week. And that's what I'm working on. So today actually is a day where I'm sitting down in front of the computer, and I was up till about not till 4:30 doing it. I was up till about 1 o'clock in the morning preparing this on the phone, working out some business deals, some potential things. And there's still a lot of unknown ahead of us, and who knows what happens. I'm still not giving up on the fact that we're going to be out towards LA, and maybe somebody somewhere sees this and hears about it and wants to pick up on it. And just if we could just get a small blurb of Point the Thumb and the message and the Facebook page of the website out on a national exposure situation. We've gotten Amarillo radio stations, and we've gotten some local news, and you guys are working hard on that kind of thing. But I still haven't given up hope yet that as we head out west, maybe somewhere along the lines, something picks it up, and this whole message that you guys have all been so supportive of and are on board with, together as a family, we just take this thing and raise it so far. And that's going to be essentially my life's calling when we're done with this. When I knew when I took on this venture, this wasn't a 5-month journey that was going to have an end date and then pack up. Now, I don't know what the future's going to hold. I might have to go home and get a job at Home Depot to pay the bills. I don't know. But I know that this is the one calling in my life that I feel I was meant to do. So today is a lot of business things that I'm putting together. And as I said, just stand by. So please don't have, if you can for me, don't have the mindset that this thing is over. We're going to continue this. I might not have a daily, well, I don't know what I'm going to have. I don't know the format that it's going to be in. We're definitely going to have some kind of daily video and communication. I don't know where the travel is going to take us and the people and the stories, but I assure you we're going to continue sharing this message and spreading the message. And it's not going to be me, it's going to be us, and I need you guys to do that. The other thing I did want to mention before I sign off here this afternoon, was I want to, along with some of the great messages I got, I'd love to post some of them, but I'm going to keep these to myself for now and maybe find their way into a book. But there's a young lady that I want to share some pictures of on the Facebook page later, and her name is, I don't know if I'm saying her last name properly. I don't know if it's Jennifer Guyman or Geiman, but she gives me credit, and there's no reason to do that at all, because she's doing something pretty special not far from where I live back home. She started this free hugs program where she goes out on a weekend night in a shopping center, let's say from 3 to 6, and holds up a sign for free hugs, and she meets people. And she shared a story with me. I'm not going to do it justice retelling it, but essentially a woman had come to her and had some issues, still has issues. The issues are not gone. But when Jennifer goes out, she wears the Point the Thumb Journey shirt, and she spreads the Point the Thumb message, and she asks people to kind of follow. And apparently this woman had kind of come back to her and said she had a whole new outlook on life, because she'd been so busy blaming everybody around her for her addictions and her issues, and having spoken with Jennifer, because Jennifer carried the message, not me. Jennifer reached out to this woman and told her, you know, go home and point the thumb at yourself and ask yourself, what ownership do you have? But this woman came back to her next week and said, hey, you know what? For 3 weeks now since I met you, I've been going, and you told me that, I've been going and getting help, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Still a long battle to go, but this woman's on the right path now, and she credits Jennifer, who in turn credits me, and neither Jennifer nor I deserve any, maybe not any credit, but this woman pointed the thumb at herself and saw things from a completely different perspective. And that's what this is about. When you point the thumb at yourself, you can look at things from a different perspective, where you're not playing victim and not blaming the world, and you start to look in the mirror and you get a certain sense of gratification to say, you know what, good or bad, I did this, I helped do this. And so I do want to share some pictures of Jennifer on the website, which I'm going to do as soon as I get off the phone here. But you know, I think it's real special what she's doing, and thank you for that. Also, as I said, thank you to all of you that reached out with emails to me, and some of the words literally had me in tears. But not a lot of sleep. I got the migraine meds in me now, so if I'm in a little bit of my coma state, that's the way I'm going to be. I'll try to update you later tonight, because I'm still in flux here as to what to do. Again, I'm trying to let you into my world and say, look, do I walk back to the KOA and wait till Monday? Do I try to maximize my time and get out here? And then, like I said, me being who I am isn't going to let this thing just die on October 26th. This thing is going on forward, and quite frankly, it's going to go on forward pretty fast and furious. And I'm asking some of you to come along for the ride. And I'm talking to some people right now. Plans are in place. Contacts and contracts are getting put in place, and there's a whole lot to be excited about. So thank you guys for loving me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for sharing the message with strangers. Always ask yourself to point the thumb in every instance. Every instance. There's not a moment. If someone's just talking to you about the simplest thing, they're telling you that because they want you to hear their opinion. Just point the thumb at yourself and process it. Then you can respond. Even if it's the most off-the-wall thing, try to understand why they're saying what they're saying. All right? Love you guys. Thanks for following, and I'll talk to you soon.